amateur dressage rider with a farm in Northern California. Thanks for joining me. So this morning, just getting the feeds ready for the horses, and thought I would do a morning live vlog for you. Let me know where you're from, where you're checking in from. Make sure you do the like. Check down below to see if you're subscribed. We have a lot of people that watch our videos, but come on, stop being takers. Hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps the channel. It's a whole algorithm thing. Sorry, it's all technical. But hey, you got to do this, and you got to do the ding ding, and follow along. So I'm just getting some carrots for the boys because, you know, they're not spoiled enough. We're going to give them some carrots. And getting their morning feeds. They're already banging around in the stalls. Well, Duende is banging around in the stall because that's a Duende thing. I pre-mix all of their food because they have supplements. So I put them into these baggies. So they have their grain and their supplements. That's why they get grain, is so that they get their supplements. And the supplements I'm using are, what's that stuff called? Magnesium, selenium, and vitamin E. So that's what they're getting right now. Once we get into the warmer days, like 70 plus, when the flies like to start to reinvade the farm, we use a fly larvae suppressant. So right now we're just feeding the regular supplements and their feed. I have the two horses, Duende, my 2-year-old, and Oreo, my 5, nearly 6-year-old. And they're both for dressage. Duende is not a riding horse yet. He will do that later this year. He'll become a riding horse. I'm just in my tack feed shed, and I head out here. Got my handy dandy little handle here on my tripod. This tripod has been great for live. Sorry about that. Because that way I can take you guys along. It's at face level, so I can just talk to you like you're out here with me. And you might want to see this. It's the cutest thing I saw this morning when I came out. I'm going to flip you around here in a minute. Let me just walk you over here. Looks like they've moved a little bit, but all the babies are all lined up. Duende is losing his shizzle in the barn. All right, so we're going to flip you around here. So right behind me, the babies are in the right there. So all the babies are lined up. Hey, good morning. Thanks for coming. Let me know where you're checking in from. So the babies are all over there, all lined up there. Right there at the base of the trees. There's 5 or 6 of them over there sleeping. It's a little chilly this morning. So anyway, we'll leave them to it. We have 10 babies right now. 6 boys and 4 girls. We do have a returning customer that's purchased lambs from me before that has a standing order of up to 10. And I have 10 right now. I have a small flock. So I'm not sure what they're going to take, but they're going to they're interested in taking most of my lambs because they're building a flock of their own. Oh, Duende. Duende's banging around in here. Okay. So Duende, yes, Oreo, Duende is letting me know I took far too long to bring his breakfast. So they each get their feed. Duende, you have a mess. You have a mess. All right, yeah, I'm coming. All right. Make sure he didn't poo-poo in his bucket because he did that last week. Could you wait? Thank you. Sticking his head in when I've got the thing in there. And then he throws his head around. You wouldn't spill as much if you just eat it and start throwing your head around. Oh, yes. Thank you. Hey, let me know where you guys are checking in from. Oreo is having a meltdown. Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming. Oreo is clipped, so it means I took his winter coat off of him. Oh, you ate most of your food. That's good. I wonder why you're hungry. It's been cold the last week, really. We've had very low snow levels in the mountains, and it's just ridiculous for this neck of the woods. But anyway, we don't get a lot of snow. All right, so I'm going to get the hay out now. So let me just see if I can put you somewhere where you can kind of see what I'm doing. So we've converted the third stall here to a feed area. And that way I can just get the hay here in the barn. We've had so much rain in the winter. We get a lot of rain. And so it's easier just to keep the feed here in the barn and get the feed doors open. Duende usually closes his feed door. It's just a Duende thing. He starts banging around in there, and then he shuts the feed door while I'm trying to give him the feed. So they get a meadow mix, meadow orchard grass mix of hay. And they get some alfalfa. Duende doesn't get much, but Oreo gets a flake of alfalfa once a day because he's in work. He needs more calories. Yeah. So, he likes the meadow, though, so give him plenty of the meadow grass. And we're building a hay building right now. I did some government surplus auctions and I won 2 buildings. And we're constructing the first hay barn right now. Pretty excited about that. And let me see. Let me get the manure cart. Just our normal chores in the morning. Let me close this so the sheep don't end up in here. Okay. Flip you around. Just gonna get the stall cleaned. So yeah, any questions, let me know. It's not too much work with just 2 horses right now. I mean, it's work, but it's not as bad as it was when I had up to 5 here at one point, and that was just too much work. Too much work for me. One person, that's just too much work. So anyway, let's get his mess sorted. He likes to spread his mess around, don't ya? Yes, I do. Mess over there to get to. Let's pick this mess up first. Yes. And they've got some extra bedding in here because it's been cold for us the last week. So we put some extra shavings in here. He does spread his own hay all over the place as well, so he creates his own extra bedding. And then all this extra bedding goes out to the sheep and the donkeys who pick through it. So nothing's wasted. Even though it seems like there's a lot of wasted hay, it actually goes to the donkeys and sheep. And then they take care of it. We have our own recycling program, basically. So I hate to waste anything. And the manure is used to improve the pastures. Once it dries out, I'll be able to move some of the manure to the front pasture that we're going to be reseeding shortly. I'll I'll spread the manure out there and try to improve. We're going to go, we've been using like a drip, not a drip, but a flood irrigation model the last couple years, but the horses keep knocking into the pipe and breaking it, and then we end up with runoff. So this year we're going to switch it over, or I'm going to switch it over to rainbird irrigation, buried rainbirds. So then we're going to irrigate it just like the front lawn. So hopefully that'll cut down on the amount of breakage and water loss that we had last year. Like I said, we don't like to waste around here. This is a arid climate outside of the rain season. It's pretty arid most of the year. So water conservation is something that we work on quite a bit, like with irrigating my arena. I only irrigate when I need to, and only as much as necessary. We're on a well here. I put a new well in about 3 years ago now. I guess 3 years ago. And we had the big droughts here in California. A lot of people lost their water because of big commercial ag having all these almond orchards all over the valley, and they're sucking out all the water from the aquifers. And they undermined all of the small farms and homeowners like me. We didn't lose our water, but we were very low. Neighbors all around me and all down the road, they did lose their wells. So that was a warning that we needed to get a deeper well. So we're on a 296-foot well now. Our original well was 130, which was still deeper than most of the neighbors, which is why we still had water. Most of the wells were drilled in the 70s here in the valley, and they were around, or at least in this area, they were around 100 feet. And that was fine because when we get our winter season, it recharges the wells. But with that extended drought and the heavy pressure that the orchards were putting onto the aquifer, it just sucked everything out. And a lot of people lost their wells. And so there's quite a few people that had to, we were on a waiting list for a year and a half, over a year, to get a new well. So it was, we really went into a conservation mode. We stopped irrigating the front lawn, cut back on a lot of things. Fortunately, most of the vegetation on the property was mature, so most of it came back the following year. We started irrigating again, and we got the winter rains. But yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal. You were standing right on your poo-poo. Sift out the poo-poo. He eats and poos a lot. He definitely doesn't miss any meals. Mr. Duende. His face way down in there. All right, can you move over, please? Thank you. There you go. Let me just scoop this out from under you. Very good. He's very polite. As long as he's eating, he's very occupied. Look how much is coming out of there because of the hay that you mixed in there. Quite a bit of mess. I just reset all those yesterday while they were out. I was able to put them out in the round pen yesterday. The round pen's dry and it's good enough footing that they can go out. Even after we've had 4 inches of rain this last week, Yes, I see you. The ground where I've been grazing them is not good enough yet. So we've got a couple more days of rain, and then we've got at least 2 weeks of dry. So in that time, they'll be able to start going back out and eating the grass, which is good. It cuts down on my hay though. It's awesome. And that's why I'm working on the front pasture for grazing. So I want to have a couple of areas where they can eat grass most of the summer, as well as this winter season. Irrigation in order to do that. Oh, Diana's here. Hi. Yeah, just morning chores. So go over here to Oreo. He's stuffing his face. Duende's got quite the heap on this. I'm going to have to go dump this, I think. Let me go dump. And, uh-oh. I have helpers out here. All right. Oopsies. Let me put this down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I have helpers out here. There's the donkeys. All right, let me go out here into the manure pile. Right about there, and dump this. So that way they can go through, and they'll go through and pick out what they want. And I'd spent a couple of years spreading manure on our little pasture in the very back, the island we call it. And the grass out there is super, really, really good because of all the manure spreading we've been doing. Really retained that area as a suitable grazing area. The sheep are out. Sheep and donkeys are out there a lot this time of year. Oh, here comes the babies. Yeah. I know, freebies. Yep. Here they come. The girls are over here with the babies. All right, I'm gonna go back inside. We'll get Oreo done. I have to fix the feet here. This is what I like about this tripod. You can just change the angle that you're filming at really quickly just by adjusting the feet. My neighbor's out there. He's got goats and cows, chickens. Well, that's all of our neighbors. We all have chickens. I've got like 120 eggs in the refrigerator right now, so yeah, we're gonna have to start cleaning up some of the eggs and offering them for sale or for donation or for something, because we've got a lot of eggs. Hi, bud, move over. Yeah, we were only 2 eggs a day, and it wasn't every day, so I got a few more chickens, and now I'm getting 8 to 10 a day, plus duck eggs. So, yeah, we're getting some eggs now. Have to turn those eggs into some hay for the chicken feed. It doesn't cost that much, but We're producing way too many eggs. So that's another project that I need to do, is clean up the eggs we have and then put them in some egg crates, or the egg crates, put them out front and put a little donation thing out there. People can just donate what they want. Donate or Venmo. And hey, you know, if anybody wants to donate on the live stream, we do have the Buy Me a Coffee app. We have that set up. If you look at the description down below, you go into Buy Me a Coffee. It's actually a carrot. We have it set up for carrots for the horses. So if you want to buy the horses carrots that I give to them in their breakfast in the morning, would be wonderful. Horses would love it. They do enjoy having the carrots with their breakfast. So yeah, so that's one way you can help support the farm. You can use the Buy Me a Coffee app. And then we also will probably, as the channel gets a little bigger, we'll probably start putting up our Venmo. So if you want to support the shows that we're entering, you can be a sponsor. You can sponsor a class. I'll set it up like that so you can donate and sponsor one of our classes that we're showing in. We are going to regional adult amateur competition and regional and horse of the year. So we're doing the big shows again this year, on our way to Grand Prix someday in the next 3 years. Hopefully we'll be at Grand Prix. And you guys can say, hey, I was there when you were just cleaning the stalls and riding your horsey and doing lessons. Lots and lots of lessons. Really trying hard to get all the work in that we need. But, all right, you are done. All right, so they're fed, they're done. About dump this. They're nice and quiet. Now they're having their breakfast. We got everything cleaned up here. Put this away. All right, let's go back outside and dump this. I'm sure the other sheep have shown up by now. All right, take you outside. Yeah, I know, it's breakfast time. Everybody's getting breakfast. All righty. So we are going over there. Let's reduce this, reduce that. No, no, baby, no. Ah, my bottle, baby. Ah, he's such a pest. So a bottle baby is one that you've raised and they don't have any fear of humans. Not that my sheep have any fear of humans, but that's baby. So if anybody's looking for a pet ram, baby needs to go to another home because he's too related to everybody, aren't you, Goober? Yes. Baby is very friendly. Yes, he is. Well, so is Dre. Dre's my oldest. He's 8 this year. He's losing a little condition, but he is 8. This is Twin. Twin, I think, is 3. And then we have Tupac. And then one of the babies from last June. And we've got, I think, 6 rams out here right now. We don't need 6 rams, but we do have people that come for breeding stock to improve their flocks, and we produce some very high quality rams. So that's why they're still rams. Oh, we got, let's see, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, they're all here. Oh, there's 7. There's another one over there. There's 7? Yeah, I guess we have 7. Only 3 of them we keep for breeding. The rest of them, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of them are supposed to go. So we have 13 adults, 7 rams, and 6 ewes. This is little man. I know you need a name, huh? You need a name. He's very friendly. He's usually hanging around with Baby. That one and Baby are always together. Always looking for treats. Trying to get in the barn. No, they like coming in the barn so I can steal hay. Yeah, he's gonna have to have a name at some point. All right, let me get this straightened out here. There. All right, back in the barn. Safe from the sheep. All right, let me just pull away. The barn needs a really good clean. So now that we got this warmer, drier weather coming, we can get a good clean into the barn. I've got the fans all need to be taken down and cleaned. It's always something. So I don't know if you want to watch Duende for a minute. Watch him stuff his face. Yeah, there's the Duende. We'll put it out of his reach so he can't knock the camera down. I'm going to go put the feed buckets away in the feed room. I'll be right back. So anyways, what's everybody doing this morning? Just hanging out, watching some YouTube? Yep. Fun and done. Okay, so we're done with that, and I think we're going to go outside and do a little walkie-walkie since they're all done. The sheep are on the other side, so I can come out here in relatively safe conditions without the sheep running in the barn. All right. Let's see, let's put that one out. That one's out, okay. So let's walk around here. So the pasture I've been working on, and we're gonna walk up to it here in a minute. This I just ordered seed for it this morning. It's a horse pasture mix. It's got perennial, so that way it'll seed itself, and it's done. Actually, I've seeded it a couple of times over the last couple of years, and we've been putting manure on it and spreading, and then we did the irrigation, which helped. The last 2 years we did this irrigation method, but we're gonna put in-ground, so you can see the PVC running out there on the field. Every time they run around in there, they break it. So this is all gonna be reseeded, and then once I do the reseed, I'm going to put down the rainbirds. They go about 45 feet. So we're going to put some rainbirds in here buried, so that way they can pop up, water, and then go back down. Try to prevent breakage like we have in the front lawn. So we're going to be doing, that's what I'm going to be doing this spring. We usually have a month or so. I have to have, the property needs to start irrigating by April because that's usually when the dry season starts. We may get a little rain here and there, but I have to start watering by April. So I need to get all this irrigation done. I have a trencher for the tractor, so I'll put trenches in and then we'll bury all the lines. And that way, hopefully most of this will keep as grass. So as long as it's irrigated daily, they can graze off it the whole summer. They get a few hours in the evening or in the mornings. They're not on it all day. In the beginning they can be, but the grazing pressure, it takes a little bit too much out of it. But then once it dries enough and we're going to seed it, we're going to put the manure down, we're going to put the irrigation lines in, and then start irrigating, and we should have really good pasture this year. So that should be nice. And let's walk around here. So that's one project that's underway. Let me lift the feet here. So let me lift the feet here while I walk around so I don't get the tripod hitting the ground while I'm walking around. Okay, so that's a little better. I don't have to hold it as high. So, okay, so we've got that going on. A lot of this fencing is going to be redone. We have some fencing that I won at the auction that we're going to be doing once we get the buildings up. So we've got 2 buildings that we're doing. The building for the hay, and then we've got the other building for the trailers. It's a slightly smaller building. It's like 10 feet shorter than the building for the trailers. So our chickens and ducks who are producing a ridiculous amount of eggs right now, but that's good. Gives us plenty that we can share with other people. So need to set that up. But again, don't forget the thumbs up and the subscribe. Make sure you're helping out the channel. What I do is I take these lives and I put them together into an app that I've downloaded, and then I do a 24/7 live stream special, so that way you can catch up if you missed any of my lives. I'm going to flip this around because all the babies are over here. It's all the babies. They're all wandering around. They're usually not too far from the donkeys. The donkeys are their security blanket. I know, baby girl right here. That's baby girl. She has not lambed yet. So waiting on her. She's pretty slung low at this point. She's been looking miserable for a week. So she's not there yet. She's the last one to lamb. She's usually one of the first ones to lamb, but this year, this year she's last. And I think that one right there, that little dark one, I think that's Cardi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Cardi. We have this little single that she's always hanging around with all the other lambs, and then her mom's running around calling her all the time. So it's kind of funny. So I called her Cardi. There's the twins. That was the first set that was born. That's their mom right there. That's the triplets are over here. So if you saw my videos with the triplets, they're doing really good. The little boy's legs were much better the next day. See them over there in the background? Oh, actually, no, I don't think that's Cardi right there. Cardi's pretty big. I don't think that's her. I think that's somebody else's twin. Yeah, that's one of the 2 dark twins there. Yeah, that's the babies. Yeah, I think Cardi's over there. Oh, here comes Buddy. Buddy's like, save me. Hi, Bud. Buddy is at least 8 years old. He's been here the whole time we've had the property. Right, Bud? I know. He was feral. I know, in your past life you were feral. Not anymore. Not anymore. Watch the babies. You watching the babies? Yeah. He's a Bud. I know. He's a Bud. Yeah. He's been in the house most of the morning. Yeah? You can see how pretty the lambs are. Really dark lambs this year. And this is what's left of my my garden. They've ravaged it. That's a to-do project. We're going to rip all this out and probably put in bulbs and flowers and stuff. They've just done too much. Yes, Buddy. I know. Bud. Yeah. They've done too much damage, and of course it has to be fenced to keep them out so they don't do any more damage. But I had some beautiful roses in there, and they've devastated them. So, sheep, you know, that's what sheep do. There's another set of twins. This is our most recent set of twins. 2 boys. This set of twins is a little, this is my first set of twins. You can see how much bigger they are. Much bigger than the other ones. Yes, buddy. Yes, bud. I know. Okay. Buddy's telling me he needs attention. All right. So let me flip this around. All right. So let's walk over here to the construction zone. Everything's too wet to pour. We've been getting these little mini mixers, like 250 bucks, and we can do the pour. That's a yard of concrete, and this will actually, oh wow, it's dry. Yeah, so this area here, this is the footing that we still have to pour. If you can see it. Oh, there it is. So this still has to be poured, and it's dry now, which is nice. So we're going to finish that footing, and it's going to take about 2 yards, or just about 2 yards. And we've got the other one done on the other side. You can see the concrete over here. We already poured that one. And then the storms came, so then we had to kind of wait. But this one is ready to go. So this is where my hay building is going to be. So between these two, this side and this side is 20 feet. And the building is going to be up over top. And you can see we have one of the risers here. One of the risers we put together to make sure we had the measurements right. So that's going to be where the barn's going to be that high. So it'll be over 16 feet tall at the center. And that'll be hay storage, and also we can put the Kubota and the tractor under there as well. So we'll have plenty of covered storage for the hay going forward, which will be very nice, because having uncovered hay with, all this rain is just not nice. So yeah, this is our the first barn project that we're doing, and then the other building is it's 10 foot shorter, but it's 30 by 20, or 20 wide, 30 long, and it's got full sides. This one has partial, and then eventually we'll sheet the sides. We can use, I've got these giant tarps, so we can use the tarps for now and do that. And then this area here, we moved all the panels out so the horses could have some grazing. So we recovered this area last year, I think it was. All back here behind the around pen, we recovered all this area. It used to be there was a burn pit here and some stuff like that. So I'm spreading manure here now, but it's to improve the quality of the ground and have good grazing ground for the horses. So that way we have plenty of pasture options for the horses. This is not irrigated. Maybe someday in the future we'll irrigate it, but it's just going to be like winter, spring grazing, and then the front pasture will be summer grazing. So that's kind of how we're rotating it right now. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. We've got some sun coming through. The arena looks fantastic, so I'm going to get a chance to ride in there later this afternoon. We have some rain coming overnight. Hopefully I'll be able to ride on Sunday. And then we've got rain coming Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I have a lesson, and it looks like it's going to be starting to dry out Wednesday afternoon. And then Friday morning I have a lesson. And hopefully we'll be able to pour this concrete maybe Thursday. It's already dry, so I think if we can maybe cover it, we could probably pour it Thursday. But it's dried out anyway. So yeah, I want to get that footing finished, and then we can start doing the risers, the rafters, whatever you call them, the upper part. And then we're going to have to get one of those lift things, that little four-wheel off-road thing. Yes, buddy. And then we can tie all the tops together and all that fun stuff. But yeah, initially you put them together in this one loop thing, and then you stack them, and then you go up in the lift thing, and then you start doing the roof. So that'll take a little bit of time. I keep thinking we may need to hire somebody to come help, because it's a lot of work. Or I'll have to take a few days off, something like that. But yeah, once we get this done, then I can order hay, because I'm not ordering any hay yet until The building is up, and I still have like 5 bales left, so if I need to, I can, in a pinch, go over to my hay guy and just grab 10 bales. Since we have all this spring grazing, I don't need as much hay right now. So perfect timing for doing the building. And anyway, so I think, I know you can't see this, but Buddy is climbing up behind me. he's climbing up on my coveralls behind me. Yes, you are. You want to see the Buddy? You know, everybody loves a barn cat, huh? Everybody loves a barn cat. There's Buddy. There's Buddy. I know. Buddy the barn cat. Yes, he was a barn cat. He does bring us gifts. He brings us headless rats. He kills some baby ground squirrels when he gets a chance. Yes, you are very capable. Yes. But yeah, he's at least, we've had him 8 years, so he's over that. He's probably maybe 10 years old or more. But he's a lovely little kitty. Yes, you are. I put you down. You're very heavy. He puts a lot of weight on in the winter, and then he gets really thin in the summer when he's out hunting and it's hot. So, all right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. But if you want to support the channel, you can look in the below the video. In the description, it has a link to it says buy me a coffee, but that would be our carrot link. If you want to buy the horses some carrots, you can use that. Would love to have some support. You know, help the horses out, help the farm out. Like I said, we need to start. But what are you doing? Dre just walked over. Dre's also been here for about 8 years. But yeah, if you want to help support the channel, help support the horses, buy me a coffee is a great link. It's really easy to use. You can do that if you want. Eventually, like I said, we'll probably be putting up like a Venmo thing, especially when we're starting to get ready for the horse shows. If you want to sponsor a class, I'll put my Venmo up so that way you can sponsor a class, and then I can put on the video that the class was sponsored by whoever donated for the class. So that way you have direct support for the showing activities. They're over there rubbing their horns on stuff. But anyway, the only other way that you can support the channel, like if you don't want to do any of that, that's fine. If you subscribe and you share and you watch, like if you just put the channel on, watch the video for 4 or 5 minutes, if you can. That helps us tremendously. So if we can get to 4,000 watch hours on the channel, and that's just people watching as we do the live streams and the live stream specials. As we get to that 4,000, then YouTube will pay me. And then I don't have to ask you guys to do carrots. YouTube will pay me. And you don't have to do anything. You can just watch the videos and enjoy yourselves. So, but yeah, I've had this channel for nearly 20 years, and I've never really invested the time because I work. I work and I have the farm, and I don't have the time to sit and set up videos and recording sessions and come up with content that way, like a lot of people that make a lot of money do. That's their full-time job. That's what they do. I don't do that. I do other things. So the best way for me to help get the channel to where it needs to be is to do these live streams, and it's easier for me. I can talk to you, I can chill, I can hang out, I can walk around the property. Ooh, the sun is coming, yay! I can show you the animals, I can talk to you. It's a really good way for me to interact with the audience and hopefully grow the audience. So yeah, if you watch the videos, help us out that way, then YouTube will pay me and YouTube will buy the carrots. So in the meantime, don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe, share, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Anyway, I'm going to head in. I'm done with morning chores, and I'm done chatting with you guys. I'm sure you're sick and tired of listening to me at this point. So I will let you go. Thanks for coming.